Well, good morning there, fellas. How are you doing? Thursday morning. We get Thursday night football. We get Europa League in action all day today. It should be a fantastic day. Appreciate you guys kicking off a morning with me here. Time to talk your sports and talk some sports betting as well. Let's make sure we, of course, recap yesterday, and then we'll dive on into the action. Before we do so, I do want to remind you guys we're doing a free giveaway on tomorrow's show. We've got a couple free bets over on Barstools that will, of course, allow the people to go ahead and use one of those $100 bets. I'll, of course, use the other $100 free bet and try and put together a parlay for you guys. And then look right there at the very bottom. I guess Barstools was a little annoyed that we hadn't logged into their account in a few days, and this morning they dropped another $25 free bet to us. So we'll do the same thing. We'll make another parlay on Friday. So 3 parlay on Friday's show. You guys cook one up for $100. I'll take care of the other two there for $25 and $100. Let's remind everybody, while we do log into Barstools and blindly bet every NFL money line, because of course that's what we're doing here from a dog perspective. We'll go ahead and log in, and we're going to be on the Bears tonight. How did that sound coming out of my mouth? Backing the Bears tonight. Let's remind everybody, though, what the parlay does look like. We're, of course, on a two-legged parlay. We've, of course, going to the Bundesliga for the Augsburg game. We're going to go ahead and do a little both teams to score and over 2.5. And then I believe Corey gave us the Spurs leg. We didn't really research that one on yesterday's show. It's Spurs on the road. I don't give a shit where they're playing Luton Town, because that's what matters. They are playing Luton Town. We, of course, are going to go ahead and do Spurs team total over 1.5. All right, we're into Barstools. We just slapped $100 on those Chicago Bears tonight at plus 225. All right, that should make Barstools happy, and maybe we even get another free bet for the people. So, guys, don't forget, comment on a live show or comment on a video that's just hanging out, on the channel here. Let me know. We got to add some legs to this, because right now we're at plus 182. $100 is only going to make you $182. What are we going to do with $182? We need more. Let me know what the legs. I expect us to get a UFC leg. You guys saw Tyler comment on the video from a couple days ago, so we'll probably get some Saturday night MMA action to go with this. Let me know. Any sport is up for grabs as long as it starts sometime Saturday and ends before Sunday night. So there it is, boys. Let me know. It's really cool. We got another $25 free bet. I'm feeling like I'm going to go ahead and cook us up an anytime goal scoring parlay with the $25 free bet, and then we'll find out what we cook up with that $100 bet. But love that we got those, and love that there's an opportunity to give you guys some money. Before we hop into the comment section, let's go ahead and recap yesterday, talk about the highs, talk about the lows from yesterday. What about that Shakhtar on the double chance? And by the way, we had a fantastic time hanging out on TikTok Live. We watched the entire match on TikTok Live. We actually caught the first half of Atletico versus Feyenoord, which we, in terms of a viewing experience, we hit it perfectly, because we caught the first half of Atletico Feyenoord, where there was 4 goals. We saw, all of them. It was a 2-2 game. And then at halftime, we switched over to the Shakhtar game, where they were down 2-0 at halftime. Couple people in the TikTok chat said, you know what, Shakhtar's down 2-0, but damn if they don't look actually good. Like, I think they'll actually come back and cover this double chance at plus money. We had a couple people think, well, shit, they may actually come back and win the game. If you were on TikTok Live, you know how electric it was, because we put a half a unit on 35-1 on the halftime money line. And, of course, that came through. So we won 17.5 units on Shakhtar coming back. Obviously, dramatic scenes, and if everybody that was there on TikTok, I'm still scratching my head, like, Antwerp. I know I mentioned it yesterday, but it's worth bringing up today because it's just so damn comical. Your best penalty kicker is a 34, 35, 36-year-old center back, Toby Alderweireld. Like, that's the best you got? That's the best you got with the game on the line. A chance to steal a point after being, after letting Shakhtar come back. That's your best penalty kicker? Some mid-30s center back? Oh, that was awesome stuff. So, yeah, he misses a penalty kick. In terms of our bet, it really didn't matter. It would have gone 3-3, and obviously we still get the double chance. So that was a great plus money cash. Celtic, though, really, one of our 2 losses yesterday in soccer. Atletico covers the double chance relatively easy. But Celtic, The last minute of the game, they let Lazio score. Just brutal stuff. 10 minutes prior to that, they had scored a goal. But, of course, in soccer nowadays, you definitely can't celebrate. And that's, in fact, what happened. VAR intervened, and VAR took away the goal due to offside. So, tough right there. In the last few minutes, you think you get the insurance goal. You're really going to go up 2-1. That gets removed. And then just the last minute, they have to give up a goal to Lazio. Tough losing that parlay. But we did bounce back with over 2.5 goals in Red Star versus Young Boys, a game that was 1-0 at halftime. And then early goal to kick off the second half, a goal within the first 2 to 3 minutes. As soon as that goal happened, you're like, all right, over 2.5 is definitely going to hit. Well, not only did over 2.5 hit, over 3.5 hit as that game ended 2-2. Just a really good game. Actually, a phenomenal fourth goal. If you haven't seen it, go look it up. Tight angle, buried it over the keeper's shoulder. Fantastic fourth goal in that game. What about Dortmund versus AC Milan? Boy, did I catch a lot of shit. I gave this bet over out on TikTok, and the haters were out in full force. Well, you shut their ass up with a 0-0 game. That feels good. You get hate for a pick and do nothing but shut them up with a 0-0 game. So that one obviously soared way under. And then the other one that didn't go under was Newcastle PSG. I actually thought we were okay, even with the score line of 2-0 at halftime. I thought if we could get to the 60-minute mark with still being 2-0, that then, Newcastle would just naturally start to slowly pull back the reins and protect the 2-0 lead. It didn't happen. They were on it. We talk about it between the posts a lot about really how strong Newcastle is at St. James Park. Knew they would be strong yesterday at St. James Park, but also PSG's got a good defense. They were just really, really strong yesterday. Great finish. Great attacking, great pressing, dominated PSG's match. Thought Newcastle would get the win. Obviously thought it would stay under 2.5. That didn't quite happen. And then our lone baseball win. Props to D-Gen for finding us a good banger. We, of course, like the unders, and not only did under 12.5 hit, but did you also do under 11.5 that D-Gen brought up at plus 220? You guys remember on yesterday's show, we, of course, did under 11.5. But what did we also do on yesterday's show? We took all 4 games, and remember the over-under was at 8. We took those to 8.5 just because we didn't want to get a tie, and every single game stayed under. It's playoff baseball. You're not even handicapping this shit. Just take the under. Who cares who wins? We all know how it's managed in postseason baseball. It's unders. So good work yesterday. And, of course, we get our big cash right there of under 12.5. So winning 2 units yesterday at plus 2.0 units. That results in a little ring of the cash register. Almost. If that Celtic double chance comes through, we would have actually had profit on the week. So just a brutal loss right there. But that's still a good day, winning a couple units. Not mad, but really close of really turning back the whole week. But that's all right. It's still Thursday. Plenty of time to go. And we'll, of course, get that money back. All right, let's hop in the comment section. Boy, I can feel the energy in the comment section before I even hit it. So love it, Corey. Morning, Bill. Your Phillies are marching on in the playoffs. Every series was a sweep. Couldn't have predicted that, but you could predict the unders. That's what you can predict in playoff baseball. Well, stuff. Good luck against Atlanta. You know how I feel about Atlanta. We've kind of talked about it when we talked about baseball, I think initially on Tuesday. I think the Braves are going to be awfully tough, but the Phillies have a good lineup. If there's a team, obviously, in the NL that can hang with them, it's obviously Dodgers and Phillies from a lineup perspective. So good luck, Bill. Good luck. Let's cash some more tickets. Yes, sir. What's up, Tyler? What's up, man? What's up? Everybody's excited for this UFC play you're going to add to this parlay, whether that's a money line or a prop. We know we get excited. I was late, dog. I was late. Way to call me out, Noah. Way to call me out. We get soccer day. Let's run through them right here. You like the intro? Appreciate you, Jared. Appreciate you. Love that free money. Yeah, free money. We're up to, what, $34? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Brian. I'm feeling good about today. I am feeling good. Ross, what's up, man? Cash Shakhtar yesterday. That was a huge one. Thank you. Did you also do their team total over 1.5 that we talked about at plus 250? How the hell did they hang that line? Shakhtar dominated them, by the way, in that second half. That was electric watching that comeback. Easily cashed their team total. I know all 3 goals came in the second half, but they were on it in that second half. Absolutely blitzed them in that second half. Love getting that plus 250 cash. Love that you cash with us too, Ross. Let's go. You think the Bears win today? We just slapped $100 on them at plus 225, so sign me up for a Bears victory today, which we need it. Obviously, I forgot to do the screenshot of where our balance shows, but you guys remember it from Tuesday. We're on life support in terms of blindly betting these NFL dogs, so it'd be nice if the Bears can come through. I do like them. The spread is 6.5. Primetime unders. Anybody doing under 44.5? You could see this game staying under for sure. What about plus 6.5 of the Bears? That's the way I took it in the Pigskin Pick'em contest. You're never as good as you look. You're never as bad as you look. Commanders get a nice, impressive performance against the Eagles, end up losing that game in overtime. They'll regress a little bit. You can kind of see that coming, right? Get your ass kicked by the Bills. Now you go on the road against a divisional foe. You probably figure that game was going to stay tight, and that's exactly what that game did against the Philadelphia Eagles. We'll see if the Bears can get the win today, but I do like them plus the points today. And, of course, we'll talk about that one here in a little bit. You think the Phillies are going to sweep the Braves? All right. I will. We got to come up with we got to come up with a friendly wager on that one. Ain't no chance in hell sweeping the Braves there, Bill. No chance. How much? You even believe that shit? Do you even believe that? West Ham and Liverpool and Bears money line. Here we go. There's a nice three-legger. Again, you guys know how I feel. I'm not suggesting you think this is a parlay, but. That's probably not a parlay. There's no way you would ruin the Bears at plus 225 by putting in a parlay. I think everybody knows that is a terrible strategy. Maybe you do the sprinkle on the three-leg, but you ain't definitely doing that. When are the people's parlay? When we'll take it to the casino, and yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good to me. You know, I'm always down for a good casino trip. I saw that Celtic was winning at 2-1 at one point. Yep, that was the goal. That was the goal. It was in the 83rd, 84th minute. VAR took a while, so that's why, depending on when you looked at your phone, you probably saw, it was 2-1. It was a lengthy replay, and obviously didn't go our way, unfortunate. Replay, and VARs, man, doesn't it seem like it hurts us more than it helps us? It's a 5-game series. 5-game series, and you got Phillies in 4. Oh, that's what you're saying. Oh, okay. It's not they don't do best of 7s? They're only doing best of 5s? Okay, so you think they're going to win 3-1, best of 5. Okay, so it's not a sweep. Okay, we won in Atlanta. I love the confidence, Bill. I'm not here to rain on your parade. I just give my opinion. You know Brian's right there with you. All right, so there we go, Bellis. Don't forget, let me know. We got to get this parlay bigger, though, boys. Let me know what legs you want. Let me know. Don't forget. All right, I don't have any bets to share as of now. Let's work our way through. I'm interested in betting some footy today. Was interested in getting your opinion. I was wondering what you guys thought of today's football action. So I posted on Twitter. I was just like, tell me your best bet. I was just kind of curious what you guys thought. Apparently, you guys don't have many best bets because I only got one reply to the tweet. So you guys aren't feeling some footy today? I got one reply. One reply. All right, let's run through the games. Let's run through these games. Let's talk about them. I'll tell you, here's a bet that kind of gets me excited. Athens, obviously in the Greek league, is taking on Ajax. You can get Ajax team total over 1.5 at about plus 150 over on Bet Rivers. I kind of get excited about that. Ajax is, you could say, maybe stumbling here a little bit. They didn't get any goals against Feyenoord, but they did get 3 past Marseille. They haven't been a great road side this year. That's the one thing you can point to about Ajax is it does look like they're struggling, a little bit, in away fixtures. But you would figure that Ajax is going to be better here because the team here from Greece and Athens, their last 13 in European competition at home, they've only got 2 wins. So you figure, it's not like they're playing better at home in Europe. They're getting their ass kicked, right? That's 8 losses and 3 draws and obviously 2 wins. So I kind of like Ajax team total over 1.5. Again, get that one at plus 150. We'll see if we add that here to the card in a little bit. I'm adding some soccer on this show. Rangers are in action today, but they're on the road, so probably stay away from that one. Betis, they're at home against Sparta Prague. Probably staying away from that one. Freiburg is at home against West Ham. We know from between the posts, we know from breaking down Premier League games all the time that both teams to score is hitting in West Ham games. In fact, it's hitting 10 of their last 12. 10 of West Ham's last 12 have you seen both teams to score a hit. But I actually see an unders in this game. Go ahead and give me an unders. West Ham stayed under 2.5 against Sheffield United. We've kind of talked about that on Between the Posts. That's going to be the ultimate get-right team in the Premier League is go ahead and play up against Sheffield. And they played against them at home and only got 2-0. Then they went on the road against Lincoln. Lincoln, again, in League One in English football, and they could only win that game 1-0. And that goal came very late. And then look at what Freiburg's done in their last 2 matches. Both of their games have stayed under 2.5, so their stats are a little skewed. I mean, earlier in the season, they were an over. They've been staying under lately. Freiburg, West Ham, I kind of like under 2.5, and of course, that's at plus money. Most people see goals in that fixture. Most people see West Ham have had both teams to score a hit in 10 of their last 13. Most people like goals in that, but I'm on the underside. Marseille's taking on Brighton today. Brighton here is going to be on the road. I really want to see Brighton's lineup. Remember, we backed them in match day 1 against that Athens squad, which got the 3-2 win on the road. Brighton wasn't as good in that game as we thought. They did hit their team total for us, and they got us a cash on that parlay that we put together. But I didn't think they were all that great. Really kind of want to see Brighton's lineup. Obviously, they got thumped in the weekend against Aston Villa. The game, though, kind of got away from them. It was it 4-0 at halftime? Yeah, I think it was 4-0 at halftime. Game really got away from them, but they didn't look good. I watched that one because that was a 6:30 a.m. kickoff. That was like the standalone game, so it was the only one to watch. So I did watch that one. Here's another one, Sporting CP up against Atalanta. Of course, that's a Portuguese team up against a team from Serie A. Atalanta yet to concede a goal at home. Obviously, this game, though, is not at home. But I think they're going to carry that defensive prowess with them in European competition here on the road. I kind of like under 2.5 in Sporting Atalanta. That's another one that I believe you can get at plus money. Let me get a look here. Wow, that Ajax team total has now jumped up to plus 155. Let me see. The Sporting Atalanta. Yeah, that's an under 2.5. That's at even money. I like an under 2.5. This is a Sporting team that, they're not flying high. Atalanta, again, much better at home than on the road, but I think they'd be pretty tough here on the road. So I like under. Of course, Roma is going up against some team that nobody's freaking heard about. So, of course, you like Roma. It's Jose, Roma, and like an under 4.5. I think the money line, though, is minus 400. So, that certainly doesn't get me excited. Liverpool's at home. If you're wondering why we can't do that same three-legged parlay we did for match day 1, well, for one, Liverpool's at home this time, and we did it last time. They were on the road, so asking them to score 2+ goals on the road not only is doable, but you're also going to get a really good price. For them to score 2 goals at home against a team from Belgium that they should handle, I'm not willing to do that. A, it's super juicy, but B, there's going to be a lot of squad rotation. And again, what do we know against Royal Union? This is basically Brighton's sister team, right? They're owned by the same owner. So if you look at Liverpool's head-to-head against Brighton, they've only gone 3+, because if you're really going to do it as a standalone play, you got to do over 2.5 goals. They've only gotten that in 1 of the last 7 head-to-head against Brighton. Obviously, Brighton's got better players, but they're running the same tactics, are these two clubs. So they can only do that 1 of their last 7. While they may have better players, they're going to do rotation here, because that's what you do on Thursday Night Football. I don't know if I can get the Liverpool team total over 2.5 like I kind of see out there people talking about. I don't know if I can quite get there. I can't quite get there. And then another game, you got Molde. They're at home against Bayern Leverkusen. Yeah, I like Leverkusen in this spot. Xabi Alonso's got them flying high. Absolutely flying high in the Bundesliga. They easily won their match day 1 Europa League game. You could sign me up for Leverkusen on the road. Slavia Prague against Sheriff. Well, I like Sheriff in this game. I don't know why they're such a heavy dog in this game. I think Sheriff, double chance is good. I think Sheriff plus 1.5 is good. Kind of however you want to back Sheriff today, I kind of like it. I like it. A game in which I see goals is here in France. They're taking on LASK from the Greek League. I kind of like goals in that one. I could see an over 2.5. Again, it's juicy, though, at minus 150, so not going to bet that one. And then Villarreal Rennes, that's another game I see goals in. You could go ahead and talk me into it over 2.5 in that one. Again, that one's also juicy. There's only one game I'd be interested in, the Europa Conference League. Now we're really talking teams we don't know. Aston Villa is at home against a team from Bosnia that, even with squad rotation, they should handle. But everything's super juicy. They're at home against a team that's way down, in the Bosnia League. I think you got to go all the way to a team total of 3.5. I can look at 2.5, but last I checked, even 2.5 was awfully sweaty, or juicy. I mean, not sweaty, juicy. Let's see what it is. If it's improved. I mean, they should certainly handle them, even with rotation. Let's see. Yeah, over 2.5 is minus 200. So, you can't do over 2.5 in parlay with money line because the money line is 1,000. And if the money line's 1,000, you throw in on that they're going to score 3 goals. They have already got that factored in the money line price and it doesn't move the needle at all. Unless you want to say Villa wins on a clean sheet. But who knows what they're going to do late in the game when they've rotated the rotated players to give those guys a breather. So I can't quite get there on Villa. They've priced that one as their big favorites and collectively as this. The only thing I got to be talked in is that Ajax team total over 1.5. That's coming in at plus 155. Give me a Freiburg West Ham under. Give me a Sporting Atalanta under. And the rest, I'd have to go to the comments and see if you guys could talk me into something. What do you guys like today? Let's see what we got. Bill, you going to a game, Bill? I think you did say you were actually going to a game. There you go. You'll be there at game 3. Good. I hope that it's a fantastic time. Let's go ahead and cook you up a same game parlay. Remind me, Bill, sometime next week, because that feels like that'll be like a Tuesday-ish game come next week with an off day on probably Monday. Hit me up. Let's do a same game. You got Freiburg, West Ham, both teams to score. There you go, Johnny. Yeah, everybody is going to disagree with my under 2.5, and I'm quite fine with that. Everybody disagreed yesterday with Dortmund, AC Milan. Everybody wanted to give out the over. Everybody wanted to give out both teams to score, and the game coasted 0-0. Yeah, you've got both. I like the Marseille-Brighton both teams to score. I really like the Marseille-Brighton. For sure, that's juicy as F, which is the reason why you put it in a parlay, which is obviously fine. Just obviously making a comment. That's got to be a juicy leg. I would put it around 200. Yeah, it's 240. So I hear you. I like that leg. Obviously, I don't like Freiburg, West Ham, both teams to score, but you're going on the stats. You're seeing West Ham's conceded and scored in 10 of their 12. I hear you. You like Chris. You like Ajax team total over 1.5 to 2-unit play for you. I hear you. You also like Sporting Lisbon on the money line up against Atalanta. Yeah, we just talked about it there. Atalanta's been far superior at home, and they've been vulnerable on the road, so I hear you. Not a bad play. Bears versus Washington over. Jared's going against the primetime under narrative. I don't know if I can go against that, man. Ah, damn, that seems like a real thing. I hear you. What everybody was on the over in Seahawks Giants. I saw everybody give out the over, and that game stayed under. Something about these primetime unders, man. I hear you, Jared. Can we rank the most competitive soccer leagues these days? Premier League is 1, for sure. And you're guessing what's after that? I actually like Bundesliga. I like Bundesliga. People would probably disagree and say Serie A. I mean, La Liga is just 3 teams. It's the 2 Madrid teams at Barcelona, and then the rest is just Serie A's got more, right? It's got Juve, both Milans. Yeah, probably Serie A. I probably Serie A over Bundesliga, but Bundesliga is coming up. If Leverkusen and Leipzig can stay up there on a regular basis, now you've got 4 teams in the Bundesliga with Dortmund and Bayern that, can make that league really, really competitive. It's obviously heavily dominated by Bayern. I think they've won like a dozen or so league titles in a row. I would go Serie A 2 and then Bundesliga 3 and La Liga 4. And League 1's garbage. I mean, League 1 is garbage. People even call it the Farmers League. You just go there and poach players. That's all they do. Aston Villa is playing in Europa Conference League at home today. Yep. I love the sweat. Yeah, people don't like unders. They're sweaty by nature, but I wasn't sweating in that 0-0 game. And I wasn't sweating the Newcastle PSG either because there's so many goddamn goals in that one. Never even got a chance. I'm okay with it. Now, just bring me back to unders. Ajax is 172. All right, we got to take a hit at that. If it's 172, like, what are we talking about? I'm gonna have to price shop that one. I'm not seeing. We got to price shop that one. Let's get on this, boys. Oh, if you want to know what I like in the NFL, real quick, the Redskins, the Commanders have the 6th best defensive red zone TD defense. I like Santos over 1.5 field goals at plus 133. I like Santos. I'm looking up this soccer stuff. I like Santos over 1.5 field goals. Am I going to bet it? I don't know. Probably see how soccer treats me. Let's see this Ajax team total. Ajax at 175. You got to get out of here with that. That in terms of like that's a play. At 175, I'm seeing plus 155 on Bet Rivers is the best, but we're price shopping that. We're price shopping that one. That one, if we can, that one gets added to the card. I mean, Ajax thumped by Feyenoord, but that was a weird game because it was played in half. Like the game was suspended. I can't remember what the fans did. I think it was fireworks related, but whatever the hell it was, doesn't really matter. 172 at FanDuel. That's where he's seeing that price. Chris is seeing that over at FanDuel. I'm coming along, Chris. That's added to the card. At 172, that's too big. When you know they're getting a goal, they're a superior team over the Greek side. It'll just come down to, like everything in soccer, can they finish their chances? And at 172, that's too big. I'm coming in, Chris. I'm putting a unit on it. I'm with it. Ajax team total over 1.5 plus 172. I'm going to look up and see what they've got this under at for Freiburg, West Ham. I don't mind a good morning sweat. Plus 108. And what's that other under I like? Sporting Atalanta. Let me see what that under comes in at. Of course, I'll put these up on the screen, fellas. You don't have to sit there and, wonder what the hell. Of course, we will do a same-game parlay for Thursday Night Football. We may not have an official unit play, but, of course, over on FanDuel, make a same-game parlay. If it loses, get a $5 free bet. We got $32 in arbitrage money. Or I think we got $34. What do we got? Oh, yeah, we're definitely doing one. We got $34. Hell yeah. Under 2.5 and Sporting, that's even money. That's even money. Even money. Even money. All right. We'll, what time is that game? 11:45. So you got to make a decision on that one in the morning. Don't need to wait on lineups. Know what we're going to get. Bears have no offense, so we're relying on Washington to cover. The over by themselves won't happen, so taking the under. Yeah, I'm only betting the under, Ryan. I'm not going against, for whatever reason, primetime overs or unders. Bears, I hear you. I mean, it's just a good comment. I know they put up 28 points, but that's against the Broncos. Like, hell, he just gave up 70, I hear you. I would bet the under in that. I did do in the pigskin pick'em contest. I did Bears plus 6.5. I did Bears. I mean, it was not that obviously I bet it, and you're always looking back, but that was a predictable spot for them to bounce back against a division foe. Division games are usually close. You don't get blowouts in divisional games. So them hanging with the Eagles, I could see that. What other bets we like here, boys? You wish these European leagues would do all-star games. All-star. Yeah. At least we get Champions League. Hey, Israel. Good morning, my man. Good morning, my man. Top of the morning to you. 1-1. I'm here for it, Johnny. Give you all the primetime unders. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put those bets on the screen. I'm going to roll with those two. I'm going to roll with that Ajax at plus 170. That can't. You can't give me that at Ajax. You can't give me that at 170. So let's put that up on the board. That's 172 at FanDuel, and I'm going to roll. I bet it. So I'm going to roll with this Freiburg under. I know it's not a popular play, but I don't really care what's popular or not. I bet what I like. I bet what the numbers say. I know, and again, this falls in line with, and somebody will drop in the stat. Well, didn't you say West Ham, both teams have scored 10 of their last 12? We talk about it. You're going to look up 10 things. Not everything's going to line up perfectly. I mean, it doesn't happen. You gotta hope that the stats, there's enough that you like, and not only the ones you like, how much value do you put in the ones you like? I like that Freiburg's trending to be an under team, and I like that West Ham's both trending. Both recent trends suggest Freiburg and West Ham may be having a little dip in form, and both of them may be becoming a little bit of an under team in this stretch. Remember, ebbs and flows, right? Over the baseball season, who the hell handicaps baseball in season-long numbers? I mean, if you do, you're going to get your ass kicked. Ebbs and flows. I think we're going to get some... I think we're getting some numbers that suggest these teams are becoming in under 2.5. So I'll go ahead and bet that one accordingly. We're going to go ahead and do that Ajax team total over 1.5 at plus 172. Great price over on FanDuel. DraftKings, and looking it up, they've got it at even money. Or sorry, not even money. They got it at plus 150. Plus 150. I like this Sporting. I can get this one at even money. I may add that third. It's at even money. Tight even money. I want to look at one other thing here. I did, by the way. There was a comment on yesterday's video. A guy said, like, where do you get your XG stats? You guys always know. You guys can ask me anything, and I'll share the websites. I'm not trying to hoard all the information. You can have the information, and you can interpret it however the hell you like. So just like that guy said, where do you get XG stats? And I replied to him with the link. Let me know if you guys ever have anything. If you're ever wondering. I mean, Atalanta's under. Sporting, yeah, it's not been staying under, but the Portuguese league is kind of shit. I mean, to be quite honest. I mean, they stayed under against Braga. Of these teams, there's no head-to-head. I'm about to add that one. What were their XG numbers against Juventus? Let's see what their XG was. Juventus XG against Atalanta was 0.17. They didn't do a goddamn thing. And if you look at the all-important, remember, you can go to the commentary of Flash Score, and you can do important only, where it'll put in bold the near chances. Juventus didn't have any near chances. There's nothing in bold to reflect their attacking that day. Atalanta's been tough, but no, that's a home game where I said they haven't conceded all season. But then they went under 2.5 against Verona on the road. Obviously not a top side, but I kind of like under 2.5. I kind of like under 2.5. Primetime under, Gibson over 13.5. You know, I looked at Antonio Gibson. The Bears aren't terrible at defending the running back from the receiving standpoint. Of course, I don't have a player prop to share, so nothing was either outstanding from a you can attack it or outstanding from a we defend it. So I looked at that play. I thought that would be an angle. But the Bears actually defend it pretty good. Pretty good. Who's going to score a TD this weekend? Let's put that in the people's parlay. You tell me. It's going to be sweaty. I agree. But at plus 172, that's too big. I got to come along. DraftKings is now plus 160. All right, that just changed right in front of our eyes. Yeah, sure did. Okay. Again, I mean, if you guys don't like movement against you, then don't bet it. You guys know me. I don't really care. Doesn't really bother me. Doesn't bother me one bit. So, all right, TIAX team total over 1.5. I don't have a football play. Of course, I will tweet later a FanDuel. I will have a same game parlay. I'll have some skin in the game. You know, I forgot about this winner yesterday. We all have them. There was 4 dudes yesterday in the Champions League to get booked. You can see 3 of the 4 hit. One dude didn't play. A little $10 parlay to win $600. That's one of those ones where you bet it, you forget, and then you log in. You're like, how the hell do I have that much money in the account? Like, what? What the hell happened? And then you're like, oh, yeah. I actually bet a card prop yesterday, and I actually got that son of a bitch to hit. Hell yeah. What do you got? Christian McCaffrey, anytime TD for the parlay is easy money. Sign me up, Steven. That's free money, right? Are you going to go 2+ just to give you some odds? God damn, 4 last week. My man. Yeah, I hear you. That seems... All right, we're putting it in. Actually, that's a leg. That's a leg that somebody said. It's there is a little bit of joking in terms of, but he knows it's juicy, which is fine. Let's add it to it. CMC TD. There you go, Degent. You asked for a touchdowner, and there you go. Steven's got you. All right, guys, we got 3-legged parlay. Don't forget, guys, we're trying to cook up a parlay, so we all have something to sweat over the weekend. Let me know. Any sport. Who on Friday's show is going to say take the under in a baseball game? You better. Somebody better. Now we got anytime touchdown score. Let's see what that does for our odds. Boys. See where we're at now. See how much McCaffrey moves the needle. Not much. I'm taking a guess. Still at minus 105 for that Augsburg. Both teams to score and over 2.5. That's not moved a bit. Let's go get that Spurs team total. That one's probably only gotten juicier. That one can't have gotten better. I'm sure nobody's fading Spurs. That's 225, exactly what it was yesterday. And McCaffrey to get a tutty. Let's go find McCaffrey to get himself another touchdown. Against the Cowboys. Oh, Sunday Night Football. Okay. Sunday Night Football. Not even available. Damn, can't even drop it in to see what happens to us. Okay, can't do it. All right, fellas, what else we got? Looks like we're rolling with 2 plays today. I'm going to look it over. Of course, lineups can obviously change this, right? Brighton's lineup drops in 9 minutes. Could always add it. If Liverpool, I mean, they're going to rotate. There will be no Salah. Although no Gakpo means that, well, they'll probably play that, what's that young kid's name? Whoever the kid that was that started in that Greece game, that young dude. Doak or whatever the hell his name is. So they'll rest Salah. There's no Gakpo. So you'll get Darwin Nunez for sure. This is the competition he plays in. You'll get Doak and maybe Luis Diaz. Maybe Diaz. Yeah. Their team total over 2.5 makes me nervous. Makes me nervous. Again, they haven't done it against Brighton in one of their last 7, and this is basically playing Brighton with respect of the quality of players is obviously dramatically different. Any leans on the Brighton game? I thought, what was it, Johnny? I think it was Johnny that said both teams will score. I agreed. Yeah, it was Johnny. I agree with both teams to score in Marseille versus Brighton. Brighton's been doing kind of what they've been doing, for the better part of last season, just like they've been doing this season. They score, which is for sure. I know they only got 1 against Villa. The game got away from them, as we mentioned. But they're also conceding. I mean, they're doing exactly what they did last season. They're scoring and conceding. They're just usually scoring more than the opponent and getting the 3 points. I wouldn't say that today on the road at Marseille. But for sure, both teams will score. And then probably an over 2.5 as well for that. Depends on, what you want. But, yeah, both teams will score and over 2.5 for Marseille, Brighton. Again, you're getting lineups in 9 minutes, so you haven't bet it yet. What's the rush? You might as well just wait 7 minutes. We can look at that parlay piece. Both teams to score and over 2.5 is minus 167. I do agree. That game should have goals. That game should have goals. I think Marseille's first encounter was pretty goal-heavy here, if I'm recalling. Yeah, it was a 3-3 game against Ajax. Yeah. It's a European side, as you know. Israel, so yeah, see what lineups look like, but goals, both teams to score over 2.5, something like that. Who's better, Haaland or Mbappe? Well, Haaland's not a little whiny bitch like Mbappe, so give me Haaland. Mbappe is just gonna cry. Oh, I got a new team. I got a new team. Oh, you're gonna pay me more money? Okay, I'd be happy for 4 months. Then I'll piss and moan some more. Haaland. I don't think Mbappe uses his head. I've never seen Mbappe head a goal in. Has anybody seen Mbappe use his head to get a goal? It's Haaland. What are you talking about? Yeah, you know how I feel about corners, Israel. I think you've seen enough episodes of Between the Posts. That's just one of those ones, man. The stats can say an over and under, and I don't know. Just been burned so much. What does Marseille get for corners? Their last game against Monaco, there was only 8. So that's not good for an over. What'd they do in this game against PSG? There was 11, so you'd have cashed on the hook, but depends on what the price is. Let's see what that game was against Ajax. There was only 8 corners. You ain't getting a lot of corners here. 2 of the last 3 have gone under. Let's see what they did against Toulouse. There were 7 corners. I'm seeing a lot of unders here in this Marseille's recent head-to-head. I'm showing 3 of the last 4 stayed under. Let's see what they did against Nantes. They got 9, another under. I'm already sweating, Israel. I'm already sweating. 4 of their last 5 have stayed under. Let's see what they did against Brest. 13. All right. That one feels sweaty. That one feels sweaty. All right, we got a 3-legged parlay. Make sure you guys bring legs to tomorrow's show. We need to fill out these parlays. We're going to make a $100 parlay, and a $25 parlay, and try and give all the money away on Monday's show. All right, boys. That's it. Ajax team total over 1.5 plus 172. Freiburg, West Ham under 2.5 plus 108 over on Bet Rivers. Appreciate you guys hanging. Enjoy your Thursday. Come on back. We've not given out any NFL bets yet. We've not given out any Premier League bets. That means we have one loaded show coming on tomorrow. Speaking of Premier League, Matt and I are doing Between the Posts, and actually just got a text while we were hanging out. He says 12:15 on the text message. So he's talking Eastern time, so 12:15 Eastern. 12:15 Eastern. If you're interested in any soccer bets, come on over to Between the Posts. We'll preview all 10 games this week in the Premier League, as of course, then we'll move on in the international break and get a little bit of time off from betting soccer. So come on, get these bets in. We won't be able to bet soccer for 2 more weeks. Let's go, boys. Have yourself a day.